The labyrinth swallowed all. Innocents were stranded, sinners drowned in the depths, and damned vanished there. Great power was lost to man, and Mother Earth turned her back on the world. Only the cursed king on his throne in the abyss remembers that golden age. Etrian Odyssey HD. Welcome to the Let's Play. I'm Kevix36, and I'm just gonna get the elephant out of the room. As of recording this, I got a cold. So if I sound off, that's why. But yeah, Etrian Odyssey. That's not Etrian Odyssey, sorry. English no work. Is, well, being frank, a really, really good game. I played it 3 times. Because I played this for the first time last year, just a bit, like, during the holidays, because it was on Black Friday sale. Not gonna lie. And I got the collection. The games are great. This is a great series. I fell in love instantly. In a way, like, kind of brings me back to some of the other RPGs I've played in the past. But that story's for another day. Today we're beginning Let's Play Etrian Odyssey. So we're gonna shoot News Game, and we're not gonna choose to do this. Because that's New Game Plus. Now, as for difficulties, these are interesting. Expert is hard in the basic mode. It's hard / the base difficulty. It's the one everything's built around. Basic is the normal / easy. Generally, it can be summed up as enemies take 20% more damage and have 20% more bad things happen, whereas the party has 20% less damage and has 20% less bad things not damage happen. Picnic is grind mode. That's the only use for this, because this is a T-rated game, so there is no reason for this to exist for children. Children are not meant to be playing this. That said, the odds are shifted dramatically, where you would have to go out of your way to lose. Heck, I could see that being an achievement if this was like on PlayStation. I could see that being a trophy to lose on Picnic. As for what version we're going to be playing for this Let's Play, well, this game is kinda grindy. I'm going to admit that now. So we're going with... I know I'm probably going to end up using Picnic for some grinding off screen, because that's going to be something I'm going to just sadly have to do. But for the most part, I'm going to be using Basic, as it has the least chance for you to need to grind. One day, in the small, isolated town of Etria, an underground forest was discovered. The Radal, governors of Etria, issued a proclamation throughout the land. I did not English there. Any able-bodied adventurer was invited to investigate the forest and explore its depths. No matter how many came to investigate the dungeon, none gained the renown they sought. As more adventurers tried and failed to conquer it, it came to be known by a few named the Yggdrisl labyrinth. You are the latest adventurer to journey to Etria in response to the Randall's proclamation. You have but one goal: explore the forest to win fame and fortune. Etria is at hand. And before we can do anything, we must go to the Explorers Guild. Oh, great, I didn't think of voices. Haven't seen you before. I take it you came to check out the yggdrisl labyrinth. I can't English today. Jeez. Then welcome, friend. Not many guilds lately are admitting new adventurers. Those sorts of losers care too much about rifles to do any real investigation. If you've got the guts, you should make a guild entry for newcomers. There's loads of guys just sitting with their thumbs who join any guild that take them. So how about it? Gonna make a guild? Yes, we have. Okay, let's get started with what you want to call your guild in this ledger. Someday the world will know this team, so think carefully before choosing it. We are the Extras. Extras, huh? Not a bad name. Also with Mario and Luigi out, there was no way, or like not out, but like the new one announced, like there was no way I'm not doing that. Also, it's fitting as you'll see for the theme I've decided to go with the naming this Let's Play. Now you've got a guild, you'll need adventurers to fill it. Of course, you can go into the labyrinth yourself. If you got the stones, then register your own name as a member. More adventurers means more options open to you. And less of a chance of dying down there. Think for a while and make sure you register a variety of classes to your guild. And oh boy, there are a lot. There are 2 we cannot use yet, which I'm going to be saving talking about them for when they unlock. Because I'm not stupid. Because I'm not that stupid. Correction. As for these remaining classes, we are going to be going over them throughout the Let's Play, but I'm not covering everything about all of them now. Just what they do good. Starting with, is we're going to want to grab one of each of these as, well, actually, no. As everything is either needed for a quest, part of the party I plan to use, or has a skill we're gonna need later for just unlocking stuff. Let's start with the Lance Connect. Master of Swords and Axe. Lance Connect can wear a wide range of weapons and armor in close combat. They are part of the front row, as the Etrian series partly makes itself known by its, well, at least I assume, like it's pretty defining to the combat, the line system. So, before we continue, real quick, your actual party is gonna be made out of 5 party members. You are going to put 2 in the front, 2 in the back, and the 5th one that can go on either of your 2 lines. The front row is, we're going to consider the neutral, so let's talk about what the back row does differently. As the back row is less likely to be hit, but suffers a damage penalty for close range attacks. So, unless you have a ranged weapon, you're going to be doing less physical damage. Anyway, Lance Connect. We got a bunch of different portraits we can use. So, I'm gonna grab my Lance Connect. Showing pretty much immediately what the theme is. Got cool toast the Lance Connect. Next up, the Survivalist. Fleet-footed and wise in the ways of the forest. Their bow skills makes them distrustable allies. Going back a moment, I want to talk about Lance Connect because I failed to. So, Lance Connect is one of 2 classes with 2 different weapons they specialize in. Swords, which every single class that can equip more than 1 weapon has swords as one of them. Just gonna put that out now. If you have a second weapon, it's either is the sword or you have a sword as your main one. Sword Lance Connect's focused on multi-target attacks, and Axe is focused on single target and status effect But being real, if you want to use the axe, you should be using a mixed build. Sword only, it has a place. Axe only, kinda garbage. Not gonna lie. Back to Survivalists. Survivalists are the jack of all trades of this game. Have great damage, one of the only sources of pierce damage that doesn't suck. And it has both a buff, a debuff, all that good stuff. Being real, No, normally I go with this one for myself because I don't really like most of these. But you know what? I'm actually gonna go with this one this time. Since I already let it slip. This is me. Protector. Holy Defenders of the Weak. A Protector's sword and shield are invaluable tools while in the dungeon. Frontline fighters that are your tank. Not super. Despite this game being decently hard, and also the fact you're going to be taking a lot of damage, believe it or not, your tank class is only not the best, honestly, unless you're doing one really good damage mitigation combo, which, fair, damage mitigation is very important in this game. Or if you're doing post-game. Because you're gonna need some of their skills for post-game. Regardless, now it's time that we grab whoever we're gonna have for our protector. And this one is Yoda. Dark Hunter, pinpoint lashes of their whip can weaken opponent. The battle skills wisely to turn the tides of battle. So, this is a frontline class and this is the other class with 2 weapons. There's another class with 2 builds that we're gonna get to shortly, but this is the last one with multiple actual weapons. This one, they also use swords, as mentioned before. If you use multiple weapons, one of them is a sword. So, swords are status effects, as well as a couple of the better attacks. I definitely think better is the right word there. Whereas whips are about binds, as well as the poison status effect, and instant death. So, to quickly explain binds, they seal off certain kinds of attacks and also have an extra effect. They stack alongside status effects, so you can have the 3 different possible binds that we will get to as we go on, and you will can have one status effect as well. Can't equip multiple weapons though, so you gotta choose one or the other. And you'll find that if you want non-dominant, if you want just the bind and not the damage, there is a better option later. Not gonna spend too much time. Not gonna lie, I had to abbreviate with this one. This one's named after... But he is named after Chaos Bunny. Really good friend of mine. Anyway, the last class was... Well, actually, that's not really true, but it's true for the starting ones. Medic has 2 builds. Pure Healer, because it is the best healing class, and best class in the game, Combat Medic. Because, before I tell you the unskilled in battle is a filthy lie, is just how I'm gonna put it. As they have this single, so there are passives in this game that increase your attack, and this one just dead up triples the medic's attack for no reason, when every other instance of this is a 30% increase, and the medic's is just like increases it by a heck of a lot more, like 200%, and extra attack. I do not know why. I don't see why they would give it this much attack. They would nerf it into the ground in the next game. But, yeah, no, you get 200% more attack. 300% of your base attack total. What? Anyway, they also gave it the best buff. I'm just gonna put that out there now. And, as previously mentioned, it is the best healer, due to the only other healer being the Protector, which is not that great at healing. Due to only getting up to the second of the 3 tiers of healing for single target and no multi-target. What? What the heck? What happened there? Did I unplug something? Oops. Anyway. Not on skeleton battle, the healing adds allow experienced warriors to survive difficult battles. Medic is your healer, and as I mentioned, also can be built for the best damage. I'm going to be saving that for post-game, because this game would be pretty freaking easy. That said, I'm going to need that really good buff, which we'll get you once I meet you from reloading. So, here's the upbuff. Alchemist. Those who say control of nature, the power of fire, ice, and lightning is at their command. The kind of it's elemental is that okay? Being real, they're less so a good element. Well, they're the only solo elemental attacker. But being real, they kind of feel less like their own class and more of an extension of the sword Lance Connect, due to some skills that you can get from the sword Lance Connect. But regardless, we're going to need one for a quest. I find they tend to get they're really good in the early game and fall off as you get to the late game. And they fall off fast. I really hope this doesn't, like, I really hope the thing that I'm making a joke about with what this character is going to do for us isn't for, like, something that I like really bad. Icy hot. Can you tell who's not in the party? Well, our last class that we currently use, Troubadour, the lively dancers and singers who inspire the party. The support is always welcome in combat. They are trying to work on either line? No, they have kind of mid to bad defenses and like so does a survivalist, but it can get through it via, well, having high agility. Troubadours are your buffers. And their buffs are endless. Like, they do not end until the battle ends. Kinda endless. Something no other class has. All other class buffs last 4 to 5 turns, 4 or 5 rather. This one is Catalyst. So, it's time to actually make our formation. So, how are we doing this? Well, let's show the party. Party after I just snap my fingers and we have the party set. Yep, we're running with Cool Toasts because they have the best crowd control when built with swords, which is primarily what I'm going to be going with on them. Yoda, because, well, being real, Alchemist and Dark Hunter are kind of meh. And also, we're doing like 100% pretty much for this Let's Play, so we need them for post-game. Catalyst, because of 420 alone would make me bring them along. But also the buffs are really handy. And they have these buffs that set up elements on your basic attack, which is quite good in this game, especially with how elemental buffs work. So if you aren't bringing along an alchemist, you want to probably bring along a troubadour. I should probably mention you should only really be bringing one of the two, because they don't get along all that well. Because you want to buff your allies' attack. That's the best buff that you get from troubadour. Attack is not what the actual alchemist class does the damage based off. That's on tech, the magic stat of this game. So, and while there are buffs that will lower enemy resistance to elements, it's only one at a time. There's no, and also, there's only at most, there's like 3 potential attackers for every element, but like, no, I don't want to do that. Well, but with that out of the way, we have the party set up. That's everything. You're ready to get started. You hope you can shake things up in this town and clear out some of the dead wood. Looking forward to the day Yggdrisl guild becomes known over the world. And now we're free to go wherever we want. We have the inn, and the shop, the, well, other shop where we can revive and stuff. Quest hub in the form of pub, and dungeon. But right now we gotta go to the Randall Hall. I did not think of any voices, crap. This is the Randall Hall, home of Etria's governing body. I can't do it. One moment. I think I thought of a better voice. I assume, newcomers, that you are on route to investigate the forest. Well, they don't recognize anyone who manages to throw together again. You'll need to become licensed adventurers. First, complete the mission we give you. And we're gonna be reminded to do it every time we try to. Every time we have a new one. Not gonna lie, the mission system can get annoying at times. But Adventurers Initiation is our first mission. Missions are basically required quests that will get you a lot of gold on completion, but you don't really have much of a choice because you're gonna have to do them to even be capable of progression. So there is that. The mission creates a map of the first floor of the labyrinth as an initiation. Those who cannot accomplish this elementary task are better off staying out of the forest. Explore the first floor and map everything you see there. This message will be useful later. Yes, the main mechanic of etrian odyssey. Above all else is this, actually. So I get used to it, because you're gonna be doing it a lot. Here is a small map to start you off. Fill in the rest of the details as best you can. Now go to the forest and get details from the soldier on the first floor. We're gonna do that in a moment. Oh, we're gonna have to go to, Shalika? I think it's Shalika's good. Anyway, now prepare for the worst Australian accent you will ever hear, because it's completely unpracticed and they are very much act Australian with their words, style, whatever. Hello! This is God, it's not... I tried to do Australian, they end up with Scottish. Hello, new items, weapons, equipment, I'm your gal. Are you still I hear about we've got new folk. I can't do that. I'm sorry to any and all Australians watching. Exposed like you are my best customers. I look forward to doing business with ya. Can sell items obtained in the labyrinth by goods created from them. Yes, one of the mechanics of the Etrian Odyssey series as a whole is selling your stuff to get stuff. You can also jump between weapon types and party members using the buttons. We're just gonna start by getting everyone their weapons, because we're gonna need some. Starting with the most important. Arming myself with a bow, and arming the Catalyst with a bow. Catalyst has no weapon proficiency, but 3 weapons that he can equip. Bows, which are best for winging in the back row. Wands, which are best for, well, not much. In fact, I'm not even gonna buy one for the Yobo, because I don't believe it actually affects how much he heals. Instead, we're gonna buy some for our other 2 members. And now we're gonna go into armor. And we want to immediately get a if you have a protector, get them a shield. They need it for the stealth. Other than that, leaf boots, sorry. The way to go is they give you a defense and an accessory shot. Slot. I can't word. Gonna sell our outdated stuff real quick. Because I also want to buy, do they have the thing? No, they do not. There is a thing that we can get for exclusively troubadours that will eventually be sold to boost TP. So as for weapon, the third option is of course swords, because everything has swords. Being real, you should be using bows. But that's neither here nor there. Let's dive into, well, the actual game. Here be dungeons. Yggdrisl labyrinth is the place we gotta go, because the field doesn't do anything for us yet. First stratum, Emerald Grove. Floor 1, the first hope-filled step. Immediately gonna zoom the heck out of that map. The Yggdrisl labyrinth. One task must be performed before challenges is death. You have some skills that adventuring. Some free skill points should be available to you. Skill points are precious in this game. You get 1 per level. And these free you start with. Your maximum level is 70. Don't know why, normally it's either 50 or 100. The only God it's not 50 because you're gonna be grinding a lot. I mean, it'll probably be balanced if it was. Not my point. Anyway, 70 is your max level, so your maximum skill points is 72. Keep that in mind. And we can use them for skills. So let's go into the customized menu, which you use to add skills to our characters. So we have a few different kinds of skills here. We have the stat raising skills, which you can find all over, and we have mastery skills for weapons or the main talent. So sword mastery is going to boost our sword damage and let us learn sword moves. I'm going to be covering things as they become available, or, well, when if they'll never become available, when they're convenient. But this first skill is not worth getting on the sword tree. Unlike the axe one, which I will admit, this is a really good skill. We're gonna cover it later, because we're gonna need to dive into axes with the main sword thing. But that's neither here nor there. I should probably mention, things have been updated a bit. Some skills, all skills went up to 10 in the original game, regardless if it actually did anything. Just so you know. So, Cleaver is not worth getting. So I've noted level 1, 5, and 10 as you can invest more points to up it, as mentioned. The stat, you also always find 3 is when it gets the first cost up in general, if it's not constant to your point. But enough stalling. Cleaver is a single target slash type attack. The 6 damage types, 3 physical, those being slash or cut, depending on who you ask. I'm going with slash. Pierced or stab, I'm going with pierced. And finally, bash or smash, I'm going to be going with bash. Also, strike, I think, is also one of them, but anyway. The 3 elements are less debatable: fire, ice, and volt. Volt being electric. Anyway, Cleaver at level 1 is 1.4 damage and costs 4 TP. That raises to 1.65 at level 5 and maxes out at 1.9. Not a good skill. Your immediate next skill is the same thing, but 2 TP more expensive and better in every other way. Yoda, we're gonna put a point into Shield Mastery and put a point into Front. Actually, we're gonna put both points into Front Guard. As we would just, in general, want to get through this and into the next thing as fast as we can. Shields is elemental damage down while Shields equipped. This will, going back to Sword Mastery real quick on the other one, the amount of attack you get on Sword Mastery here, sorry if I'm bouncing between things. Cold plus having had to explain things like this. Anyway, the one level is 10% more, or attack, not strength, your base attack, which is affected less for damage. At level 5, this does plus 19, and at level 10, it's plus 30. Okay, I had to double check that because I just realized I read the wrong thing, but I'm still right. Now, for Shield Mastery, it has a different curve. You have the curve of minus 5% elemental damage at level 1, minus 9 at 5, and minus 15 at 10. It's not great, I'm not gonna lie. But, you're gonna wanna do it anyway, because of what lies at the end. As for our 2 potential skills that we can have now, we have guard skills. These use your arms. That's important to note. All attacks use, or almost all moves, in general, use one of your body parts. Either your head, your arms, or your legs. They can't use them if they get bound. Front guard is a really good skill. Lowers the damage to the physical damage taken by front row for 1 attack. These skills that impact rear guard and front guard, or F guard, or back guard. If you're playing the original version, we're doing HD in the original in this one. All 3 versions are different. We're not covering Untold. I'm speaking that now. Anyway, both of these skills cost 3 TP at level 1, and lower damage by 20%, lower it by cost 5 TP, and lower it by 35% at level 5, and lower it by 40 and still cost 5. at level 10. Front guard is really good. You're gonna be getting hit a lot by physical attacks. Rear guard is really bad. You're not gonna be getting hit a lot with physical attacks. Okay, catalysts. Songs. This is used for speed of their actual things coming out. You get 10% more speed on songs at level 1, 19 at 5, and at level 10, you get 30. You're gonna notice that's a common pattern. Now, we have 3 skills here. That are very different. Bravery boosts your strength, Shelter boosts your defense, and Mercury boosts your agility. Shelter is bad. Actual defense is not that good of a stat. While being defensive is the optimal strat for this video game, it's done through lowering damage you take, not raising your actual defenses. Mercury is also bad. Speed buffs in general are bad in like all video games. I don't really need to tell you this. Bravery is great because damage up. Good thing to have. We'll cover other things as we go and get them. Now, I'm gonna point this out for survivalists. You have all 3 of these skills you'll find on different classes. You might need to make extra party members for these because of the amount of side quest grinding we're gonna need these for. But normally, I would just toss these skills on a survivalist. Dedicated farming parties, because these are your gathering skills used for gathering points. Dedicating gathering parties don't become necessary until at the earliest the second game, and it's only super good in the third game. So we're gonna be putting some points in these just convenience grab. Anyway, gonna dump all 3 of these into bows, because disable is the only good thing we can get. Compared to the later stuff, we are very not going to be far away from getting. Bows are unique because they boost more because they're your only damage increasing stat. You get plus 10% at level 1 like normal, but level 2 is 28%, and level 10 is 50% more attack with a bow. To cover the actual attacks we have here, find them. True Shot is a single target piercing attack, or pierce attack rather. Costs 8 TP at level 1. Or, correction, 4 TP at level 1. I can't English, I can read, I can't English. It has this, well, I'm gonna put it simple. This has the same cost and damage curve as Cleave, just instead of cut damage, it's doing slashing damage. Or not slash, pierce, Also, since we have it, the stable is a leg binding attack. If you're not bringing any binding party members, which we're not, might be worth investing in. Otherwise, it's pretty terrible. It's free TP, E at level 1, it does 1.3 times damage, and has a 20% bind chance. At level 5, it does 3.4 damage, has a 39% chance to bind, and costs 5 TP. It costs 5 TP as well at level 10, but it now only does 1.4 times damage, the same as True Shot, and only gets the 40% bind chance. Not good. Not good at all. So yeah, we're putting everything into that. Anyway, immediately we're getting healer and cure 2. We're gonna want to max healer. Cure 2 less so. But yeah, no matter what, your medic's gonna start as a healer. Speaking of healers, the skill raises the amount of healing you do. Level 1 is 22%. You get 60% at level 5. And 110% more healing at level 10. I can't brain. As for cure, it's pretty basic. Single target healing uses 4 TP and heals about 30 HP. Level 5 costs 6 TP, heals about 100, and level 10 also costs 6 TP, heals about 189. Probably mentioned these also have speed factors, but it's only sometimes something that is worth actually changing the moves you use based off of that. But as you walk in the narrow path, greenery all around, you see a soldier standing guard. You must be the new guards. We're not to lead me along. Welcome to the forest. We'll be, quite frankly, dying a lot. This is a hard game. I keep saying it, but yeah. Anyway. Few questions from the start spring to mind, and you wonder if you should let them be. What are you doing here? My orders to make sure no one, you for example, gets in the forest without permission. Everyone in. That's the way everyone does. Make a map of the floor we're on. I'm sure they told you that's back at Randall. Everyone goes through this initiation. For that, the poser points to your map of the forest and holds your hand. I don't need this power going to go over it. In this game, you can draw maps of your surroundings using a controller or by touching using the touch screen. I'm going to state this now. I have settings on to make this easier. Namely, I have the full auto map. What this does, it will map walls and floor next to where I am. There's also the partial auto map, which will just do floors you step on automatically, and none, which does none. Here are the controls. Not gonna do any. We're gonna do control, I guess. But yeah. Here's all the information. No. Being real, this is not that hard. So we're going to now map the area on the red border. Unfortunately, you absolutely have, as we leave quickly, to have the map up. In order to see the full map on this version, you cannot do the full screen. Regardless, combat time. We're going to attack on one of these 3 rats, very unnotable enemies. And we're going to protect with Yoda Stone, so we take less damage from the attack. Unfortunately, the second one's going to do full damage. Oh well. We're just going to auto attack this last one down, because one attack is probably going to kill it. EXP is divided evenly among your party, and you only if they are alive at the end of battle. Someone dies, they get no experience. We're also going to get some items we can sell back at town. And we have met with an event. We'll walk through some forest to find something very at the tail's end. Trail's end. I can't English. Apparently I can't read. Initially thinking it was a creature, you lower your Oh god, upon realizing it was a boot! Did it belong to an adventure? You wait with the option of picking up the dirty bird or leaving it where it lies. You look around. Fail inspect the area around the boot. A close look reveals torn clothes and the reddish stains on the ground. Oh. That's not good. Sign points to a dangerous beast lurking nearby. Eyeing the boot, you wonder whether picking up its worth forever damage since the store. Yoda could use a pair! Generally pick up the dude with boot. It's rather heavy due to ivy-covered stones that in its previous odor ivory-colored stones its previous odor hid inside. White stone, that's not what I thought it was. Some avalanche stones at the ground. Ground begins to chafe and ashwing. Fearful monsters who likely killed the boot's owner ambush you. Yep. Moles! I believe these guys have a weakness to ice if memory serves. We're gonna actually drunk guard on Yoda. Lowest damage we might take. Using a TV, not that big a deal, except on the elbow, because being real, whoever has the most important skills is just your limiter. And let you know when you want to turn back when whoever that is running low on TP. Whoever your important magic guy is. Just gonna go all out on the attack. Except for the Yobo, who is going to try and heal up Yoda. Not gonna get the chance though. And the fight is done. Oh, that's a lot of experience. I did not think we were gonna get that much. Checking our inventories, we now have the white stone. Did not, however, actually get that pair of boots. So instead we're going to continue in this direction, as I realize this is already an hour long. Holy heck. Also, wood flies. Killing them with magic will give you a different exclusive drop. I should have healed outside of battle, I'm an idiot. As for what that drop is, they will drop the insect eye. Pretty much the most important thing. And they do, and I did not mean to heal there. Would have been bad, but we killed it anyway, so no need to waste the Yobo's ever important to MP. Or TP, sorry, I'm used to it being MP. Gonna just rush down this guy because he's alone. And gonna get a level up. Level up is stat boost and also, well, new skill point time. We're gonna put point into a sword mastery because I want tornado more than anything. You can take another point in the front guard, and we're done with front guard actually, because I do not want front guard, I want the thing behind it. Because you need to use some skills to get later skills. There's also some skills that are just kind of beginner's trap. A great example right now is Arms Heal. Do not get the skill, that is crap. It just restores your arms from being bound, which literally does not matter on a sword build. Only a axe only build. And in most normal encounters, you're using the sword unless you have an axe only build. And if you're using a mixed build, you don't have the points to spare. That said, I'm going to start investing towards getting these, as these are very important to have, not gonna lie. I'm gonna put another point into this because I want multi-hit more than anything right now. I'm gonna put point into this because we want to get south very quick. That's the multi-tag heal. Very important skill to get. Now I don't want to walk around, but also this first episode is absolutely in particular going to be longer than normal episodes will be. By nature of having a lot of things go over, and the game just generally having long dungeon crawls, which I'm not gonna be afraid to not do all in one run, but it's still going to, or one episode rather. One run is a completely different story. Real quick, just gonna fill this in. To continue into the forest, you reach a clearing. Squarish boxes are lined up before you. Yes, these are treasure. We're gonna use the new marker and not the original marker down here. It's possible they were left by fellow explorers of the labyrinth. Then too, it might be part of the treasure room at the little labyrinth. Box is ready to be opened, offering no clues of the nature. I just realized I should not have bought one of those swords. Because it's in this one? Is it the last one? I'll find out one way or another. I'm gonna lie, we're gonna be using auto lock because basic attacks do stay good throughout the whole game. Yep. There's the sword I should not have bought for Yoda. Wait, did the rat run away? I didn't know I could do that. I spent a while researching this. Gonna have to go that way quickly, but not now. As we have a dead end. Which I'm going to put a question mark on, because I know this is part of a side quest. And, well, question mark, you see the correlation? Well, walking through the forest and narrow trail, you start to trickle of water near the end. The clean, cool water seems extremely tempting after your arduous hike. You hesitate, unsure of whether to shake your first or pass by the water. Take a step. Cupping your hands to the stream, you begin to take a step from the clear the cold water cleanses your first. So, feeling much better, we move on. Come to a fork in the road. You come down this way and find out, well, back at the opening. Now, as much as I don't want to end this unfinished with the tutorial unfinished, I'm gonna end it with the tutorial unfinished. This video is already an hour long, give or take. So, yeah, that's gonna be it for today's episode of Etrian Odyssey, folks. Hope you have enjoyed. See you on the next one. Bye-bye!